The Dodgers traveled to the East Coast. Freddie Freeman broke a doubles record, and the Dodgers' little sisters are coming to town.
Madres.
Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Lab Talk. Mason, the Dodgers were on the East Coast. Things got a little wet again.
Yeah, it was raining home runs. Not a good look.
Not a great look. As you said, a lot of home runs given up by the Dodgers pitching staff, particularly the starting staff.
Yes.
Kershaw got hit for a couple. Lance Lynn gave up a few. And, you know, that's something they're going to have to clean up before playoffs start.
Yeah, they got to tighten that up. Starting pitching was probably the worst thing going on, other than the games where they didn't score, being the lineup. But you know what? Your starting staff has to keep the game close. You can't give up a lot of, early inning home runs, meaning, the first, second, third, fourth, fifth inning home runs. I mean, if you give a solo shot here and there, like Kershaw typically does, those are fine. But when you're getting into the 3-run, the grand slams, those really just burst your bubble. You got to cut those down.
Kind of deflates the offense a little bit and just sets a bad tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
In this first game, it was Clayton Kershaw on the mound. Kershaw Day, he gave up 2 home runs. Still went 5 innings, a little erratic, walking 5.
It's a lot.
Uncharacteristic of Kershaw. Seems like he might be kind of working some of that rust off after being gone with the shoulder injury.
Yep.
Wonder if there might be some lingering issues with that. Hopefully not.
Yeah, well, hopefully not. We need him for the whole playoffs, so hopefully we go more than one round this year. But yeah, they got to tighten that up.
Gonna have to tighten it up. They went to Yarbrough out of the pen after Kershaw. He went 3 innings. He allowed 2 home runs. So, like we said,
again, uncharacteristic.
raining home runs. For the Marlins, it was Jake Hamburger, with a home run. Josh Bell hit his 20th of the year. Brian De La Cruz with a home run. Jazz Chisholm hit a home run.
And that was just game 1.
Chris Taylor had a home run in that one. Outman was 1 for 3. Freddie was 1 for 4. No double in this one for Freddie. In search of that Dodgers double record.
Yeah, he tied it. He had 52 at this point, right?
52, trying to break it with the 53rd. So Dodgers dropping that first one 6-3. We got little Barnesy here. We met him in last episode. Big Barnesy getting hit in the head with a bat. That was scary stuff.
Yeah, not a good look. It's always scary being behind the plate. Will Smith had a concussion from, a dozen foul balls that one game against the Giants. Smith has been hit in the head by Ozuna this year.
Dangerous job.
Multiple times, but Ozuna just once so far this year. And now Barnesy. So went out that first game, was able to come back, I think, the 3rd game. But yeah, it's a little scary. You see him, he was able to lead on his own accord and everything. But yeah, getting hit in the head with a bat is not good.
He kind of does that little
little
shake the head a little bit, kind of rattle your cage.
Sure, a little.
But Barnesy, they say he's the toughest guy on the team. He was back in the 3rd game after having the 2nd game off. Things didn't go the Dodgers' way the 2nd game either. Lance Lynn giving up 3 home runs in this one. 8 runs total allowed by Lance Lynn. He's been looking rough the last couple outings.
Yep, he was looking like the best deadline trade of this year, maybe in the last couple of years, because of how he just turned it on. I mean, at one point he was 4-0 with a sub-2 ERA. Since then, he's lost the last 2 or 3 in a row, giving up multiple home runs, it seems like, in every start. So this one, giving up 3 home runs. They weren't just solo shots, so those really hurt you. Jazz Chisholm hit a 3-run home run. So that just deflates the entire lineup. I mean, going into the 6th inning, we were losing, 9-1. So you give up 9 runs in an inning. Could not get out. I think he barely got 2 outs and then just couldn't finish the job. So I don't know what happened, but he just could not get out of that 5th inning.
Things were looking okay early on.
Yeah.
Jason Hayward hit the home run, and then he made that terrific catch at the wall. Jumping off the wall, looked like Spider-Man.
He was having a game, man. Just that half inning to the half inning, he was having a day.
Bases loaded, jumps up, scales the wall, makes the catch to get out of the 4th, and then things just fell apart after that.
Yeah.
Lance Lynn just couldn't find the strike zone anymore. He ended up walking 3. Victor allowed a run out of the pen. Gus Varland allowed 2 more to kind of finish the Dodgers off. Joey Wendell hit that go-ahead home run in the 5th, made it 2-1. And then, as you said, Chisholm hit that 3-run home run. Sanchez had a home run for the Marlins.
Jeez.
So, not good.
Yeah, reigning home runs, 2.0, day 2.0, it was not good.
Offense couldn't get much going. Peralta was 2 for 4. Hayward had a good night, 3 for 4 with that home run.
Really good home run.
Outman driving in 2, but Dodgers dropping this one 11-4.
I mean, you give up 9 runs and you can't expect to win a ball game. I mean, you can't expect to do a lot. You can get back a couple runs, which, I mean, they got one more after that. But, I mean, yeah, you give up 9 runs in 1 inning, you just deflate your whole lineup. You know what? I don't blame the lineup at all. Of course, we want to stay as competitive as possible, but at the same time, all of this win is just out of your sail. Deflated lineup. Can't blame them.
So, going on to the final game, Dodgers trying
Needed
to
to
avoid
win.
the sweep.
Had to win.
Must win here. It's really interesting to see how Luis Ariz has kind of fallen off since the second half has started.
It's since they started tracking him and trying to compare him to Ted Williams. Oh, he's going to get to 400. As soon as they started tracking that,
Never fails.
he has been tanking.
Never fails.
Yeah, leave it to the analyst to mess him up.
Pepio went in this one. He was perfect through 6 2/3 in this one. Just an outstanding start. Allowed just the 1 hit. Only struck out 3, so they're putting the ball in play against him, but inducing a lot of soft contact. His changeup is insane.
Filth.
He's spotting the ball so well right now. All his momentum is going towards the plate.
Yeah, he just looks like your ace. We're supposed to have him the entire season. It sucks that he's been out for 4 out of the 6 months. So it's really good to have him back. Like you were saying, he just looks locked in. He's aggressive with the fastball. He's able to play his off-speed stuff off the fastball, and it's just working so well. They did have a lot of soft contact, but there were some balls that were put in play that should have gotten through, and they had some insane. He had some insane defense behind him that game. It just looked like everything was lining up because there's always those star plays, those web gems. It's not just one. It's usually like 2 to 3 to 4 or 5 plays that are behind a pitcher for him to have, either a no hit or a perfect bid. I was really hoping he was going to get it. I mean, that's the best start of his young career, and he's just getting started.
His pitching count was in the right location.
Yeah, about 10 an inning or so. Yeah, an average about 10, 12 an inning.
Now, I don't want to point any fingers here, but he was smooth sailing until you brought up that he was throwing a perfect game.
Well, I didn't realize.
The next hitter
Yeah.
got a base hit.
Yeah, it said perfect game in red when I pulled up the app, and it showed the scores from all the games, and it said perfect game. I was like, oh,
You're like, hey, look at that!
look, and then the next hitter gets a base hit up the middle. It sucks. Never fails.
It was Josh Bell, right? Josh Bell had the hit.
Yeah, somehow. And it was a really good pitch. It was below the zone. It was below the knees at his shin. And he ended up digging it out. So, good pitch, good hit. Nothing you can do about it. You know what? Like we talked about, if a starting pitcher can keep it close through 5-6 innings, like giving up, maybe a run or two. But if you can keep them limited, if you keep the other lineup limited to just a few hits, maybe a run or two, you have so much momentum on your side. And they were able just to get it done. I mean, it ended up scoring 10 runs this game. 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th, another 4 in the 6th inning. I mean, that's what you want to see. You want to see more, hopefully early on, but a consistent, couple runs throughout the game is always good.
That's right. And the Dodgers pitching staff, after giving up 15 runs through the first 2 games, with the shutout here, just 2 hits allowed.
Yeah.
Little goose egg
Fantastic.
under the run column. Mookie was 1 for 2. Will Smith needed a big game. He went 3 for 6 in this one with the run driven in. Ahmed Rosario was 2 for 5. 2 runs driven in for him. Chris Taylor
is out there, by the way.
Chris Taylor driving in 5 runs in this one.
Good for him. I mean, he's been hot. We'll get into it, but even during the National Series, I mean, he has been phenomenal the last week. Really driving the ball finally. You mentioned Rosario. Great plays on defense out there. I mean, he made, I think, at least 2 that were like, oh my God, how did he get that? The ball's being behind him. He ends up getting a glove on it, throwing him out by a step. Great stuff.
He's fast.
And like we talked about, no glove, no love. He's got a glove, so I love his glove.
You love his glove. So the Dodgers avoiding the sweep in this one, winning that final game 10-0. And then it was off to Washington. Things were a little wet. There was a delay in almost all 3 games in this one.
Annoying. Super annoying. Going back really quick, you don't want to lose a series, but at least you don't get swept. If you're going to lose a series, don't get swept. Thankfully. The Dodgers are good enough right now that we haven't gotten swept. Thankfully.
The Dodgers getting a much-needed addition back into their lineup with J.D. Martinez making
Yes.
a return.
What do you do the first at bat?
Dinger.
Dinger.
Just dingers.
What a guy.
Just dingers.
Need him.
JD is 26th home run of the year in the
Dang.
first inning off of Mackenzie Gore.
Dang.
Muncy hit a home run in this one. He's got 33. Kike climbed the ladder for a big fly there. His ninth of the year.
Was that his neck?
He tomahawked.
Tomahawk, yeah.
Emmett Sheehan going for the Dodgers on the mound. He went 4 1/3, allowing 5 runs. He allowed 2 home runs. This pitching staff's given up a lot of big flies.
Yeah, a lot of. You're right. It's not just they're getting a guy on base and then they hit him in. It's they're giving up home runs. I mean, yeah, you're giving up a 3-run home run to Keibert Ruiz. I think he's a great catcher, but I think it just sucks that he was a former Dodger and then he hits a 3-run shot in the first inning against us.
He's hit pretty well against the Dodgers.
Yeah, I don't know why, but a lot of players, for some reason, when they get traded away, just show up against the Dodgers.
You focus a little bit more when you're facing your former team.
Look what
Keep
you
that right
missed
there,
out on.
Barnesy.
Look what you missed out on.
Little Barnesy knows all about that.
Yes, so that sucks, but yeah, good for him. We ended up coming up to win, luckily. It sucks that, you score 2 runs in the first and then, boom, you're immediately losing in the second inning. So it just sucks that the team can answer right back. Good for the Nationals. Like we said, starting staff's got to tighten it up.
Alex Vesia with his first one of the year. Golf clap.
Took 4 months.
Oh,
5 months. We're in almost the last month. Pretty much the last month. September. So that sucks. Good for him. Sucks. But yeah, glad we got the win. Ooh, something historic happened. What happened with Freddie?
Freddie Freeman breaking the Dodgers' all-time single-season record with his 53rd double of the year. He gave him a little Freddie action on that one.
Can we get a no-handed clap? Congrats, Fred.
Good work, Frederick. Good news there. Freddie went 3 for 4. He had a nice night.
Yeah.
Will Smith 0 for 2, but worked 3 walks. So he's seen the ball better at the plate. I have no doubt about that.
Yeah, that's an obvious. I mean, that's a stat that would obviously show that. He's a lot of chase. When the last few years when he has been proven to be the best catcher in the game and all of baseball, in my opinion, he's not chasing the ball. So I don't know if it has to do with the whole concussion. There's still some.
I can't see.
I think there's a lot of lingering issues that's been going on from that. I mean, since then he has not been the all-star caliber player like he was that first month and a half.
He can't read.
I can't see. So yeah, since then, downhill, but he's finally, hopefully, coming back out because he's getting a lot of walks. He's seeing the ball better. I mean, that's when he's at his best. He's not swinging and missing, not chasing the ball.
So the Dodgers offense coming out hot in that first game, despite the delay, winning 8-5. Dodgers in the second game with a tough loss. Nationals got out to the early lead. Dodgers battled back. Looked like they might get the job done.
It looks so good.
Looked so good. Ended up dropping it in extras. This one going into the 11th inning.
Yeah, the Dodgers, I don't know. I don't have the stat in front of me, but if I had to guess, we would have to have a losing record in extra innings. I hate having the stupid California ghost runner on second in a Major League Baseball game and expect these pitchers to not give up that run. It's a free run. And then it makes the team look like a completely stupid ball club when you don't score that freebie. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Let's ask little Barnesy, do you like the California tiebreaker rule?
No, nobody does. Nobody in Major League Baseball likes it except stupid people that voted for it to keep it. And if I had to guess, it had to have been, I doubt it was any pitcher because you just give up a free run. It had to have been, I don't know, the owners, maybe the managers, because they're like, hey, I don't have to play 15, 16 innings because we can just throw somebody. I hate that. I hate it so much.
Manfred.
Was I right?
Manfred.
Are they going to have that in the postseason? Because they didn't last year, and from my understanding, it's just through the regular season.
I believe it's straight up baseball in the playoffs.
Thank God.
As it should be.
But they're still having the pitch clock in the playoffs.
Yes.
Okay. I can do with the pitch clock, honestly. I don't mind it.
Stupid! Dumb.
Idiot.
Stupid. Dumb. Idiot.
So what's the record in the postseason? What's their record in the?
In extra innings this year, Dodgers are 4-5. Not quite as bad as some other teams. The Padres have had some real tough luck in extra innings so far this year. I don't believe they've won a game in extras. Tough season there for those guys. We'll get into that. Don't you worry. But the Nationals coming up with the win in this one. They had the walk-off on the pass ball. Tough look there.
Yeah, that's a bad look. Who pitched that last inning?
That was Gus Varland.
Oh,
of yanked the curveball there. Ended up in the dirt, getting away from Will Smith.
Yeah, that's a wild pitch all the way. You can't blame Smith for that. That's on the pitcher. I mean, what a way to lose a game on a free pass.
Muncy had that home run in the 8th to bring him within a run.
Yep.
They tied it up in the 9th, but
that was that 2-out, 2-strike approach from Kike, hitting it the other way. That was fantastic. I watched that and
Colton Wong.
It was Wong? I thought it was. All
right. You said the Wong name.
I said the Wong name. And then we had Colton Wong come up and hit that base hit and ended up tying the game in the 9th inning, right?
That would be correct.
That was awesome. Man, I was cooking dinner and I was like watching the game at the same time, trying not to burn the food, watching. And as soon as he hit that throw, I thought, and then my wife Nancy was like, "What the hell happened with the food?" I said, "Nothing. It's baseball."
What happened with the fixins?
Nothing. It's fine.
The food was good. Dodgers dropping that one in unfortunate fashion. Going on to the rubber match on Sunday had to win. This is a series you got to win. Went with the bullpen game. Yarbrough getting the 4-inning start there, allowing 2 runs. He looked pretty decent in this one. Then it was sort of a bullpen game after that. After Yarbrough, you had Suero, who came from the Nationals. He's just a eat up innings till you finish the season kind of guy.
Yeah, I get that. But at the same time, you still got to be competitive. I mean, Yarbrough, he looked good, giving up 2 runs through 4 innings. It's going to have to work until you get into the postseason, but, I mean, I'll take it. It's kind of uncharacteristic for him, too, because, I mean, kind of like Lance Lynn when they brought him over, he was just pitching lights out. Yeah, I mean, it's they're not lasers, but they're coming in sidewinders, and it looks good.
Dodgers offense getting out to an early start here. Jason Hayward with a 2-run single in the first. Yeah. Outman hitting his 19th big fly of the year.
Good for him, man.
Good for you.
I mean, he's the center field of the future. He looks really, really solid, and it's his rookie season. And he looks like he's playing like a veteran. He's playing like all those other guys that have been in the league for 10 plus years. So good for him.
Looking good. Freddie with 2 for 4 in this one. He got 2 more hits.
Of course he did.
Hayward had 2 hits. Miguel Rojas went 4 for 5, playing against the team he used to like to hit against in the National League East. He drove in a run.
Good to see.
Dodgers winning this one and winning the series 7-3.
Yes. It's a good comeback series win just because you should have won that against the Marlins. The Marlins play really good baseball right now. They're playing really good. They're trying to make that playoff push, and they're doing a really good job. So tip your cap. Good. It's good to get swept, and it's good to come back and get that series win against the Nationals, which you should win all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, got to win the games you're supposed to.
So a good taste in their mouth before getting on the plane and heading back home. Who are they playing, Mason?
Mets West.
Mets West. Do you know who that is, Little Barnsey? I believe he does.
I believe he does.
The Padres are coming to town. The Dodgers' little sisters.
The Madres?
The Madres.
Madres, okay.
Mothers?
Daughters.
Daughters.
Sisters, okay.
Going in the first game, September 11th, it'll be Gavin Stone going up against Avila. That is Pedro Avila of the Padres. He's made just a few starts this year for them. He's 1-2 with a 2.19 ERA. Limited appearances.
Stone.
Gavin Stone's 1-0 with a 10.5 ERA.
But he has looked better.
He did look better last time.
A lot better.
A lot better. Lineups. Dodgers have not posted their lineup yet for the Mets West.
Shocker!
It'll be Ha-Seong Kim at second base, followed by Tatis Jr. in right. Juan Soto's in left. Manny is DHing in the 4-hole. Bogart's at short. Jurickson Profar is back with the Padres. He's at first base. Luis
Interesting.
Campusano, the rookie catcher, who's looking pretty good for the Padres.
Yeah, he's got a 301 batting average. Pretty good.
He's behind the dish, batting seventh. You've got Batten at third base. That's Matthew Batten. Good name. Terrible team. And then Trent Grisham's going to be in center field. We don't like him. That's okay.
Not at all. He's a show-offy punk. I mean, you're betting 205. I don't think you deserve to show off that much. So
You're a punk.
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't see him being as flashy this year. Having a rough year.
Well, yeah, he betting 205. I would just shut up and try to show out. I wouldn't do much more than that. So hopefully he's doing the right thing. But no, I'm still not a fan. Ha-Seong Kim, man, having a career season. He has, I mean, his ERA, his average kind of gone down a little bit, but I mean, he's having a really good season for him. So good for him.
34 stolen bases at the top of the lineup.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting on base. I mean, that's the thing. He's not a home run hitter, but he still hits the long ball for you. Soto coming back. I mean, I think it's going to be a fight between him, being Soto, and Hayward for comeback player of the year. Because, I mean, Soto's finally showing up. I mean, you're hoping for a better average than 250, but, I mean, still getting 28 bombs, getting 85 RBIs. Yeah, not a shocker that they haven't reloaded this really quick. Just to make sure they'll wait till the last second to post anything if they can for some reason.
Hey!
I'm glad I checked.
So Mookie is at second base leading off. Good call.
Yeah.
Freddie is in the 2-hole at first. Will Smith's behind the dish catching Gavin Stone. Max Muncy's in the 4-hole batting third. Just Dingers is DHing in the 5-hole.
Good to have him back.
Jason Hayward, likely comeback player of the year
Yep.
award recipient.
I like that.
In right field batting sixth. Chris Taylor.
271. So
Yep.
271, 14 bombs. They showed a graphic, and he had, I don't know, like 14 bombs over the last, 2 previous seasons, or even 3 previous seasons, and he's got 14-1. He's got to win comeback rookie of the year. Comeback player of the year, I mean. Crazy stat. Good for him.
Rounding out the lineup, you got Chris Taylor in left. Outman is in center. And Mickey Rowe, who's been on fire lately, is in the 9-hole at shortstop.
I mean, if we had to give a prediction for this game, who we got? Vila is a right-handed pitcher, so I'm liking Freeman, but I mean that's not fair. His OPS is like 1,000 something, so he's batting 336. If I had to say right on right, I like Martinez going and getting the ball, getting that long shot.
I was gonna say JD Martinez hitting a dinger tonight.
There you go. Let's put all of our choices in the same hat. I'm okay with that.
What do you think, Barnesy? Is JD gonna hit a dinger?
Yeah. Probably. Dude, Betts, man, hitting 38 bombs. He's got 99 RBIs. That's insane to me. I mean, he's already had his season high. He's stronger. I think it was 15. He put on 15 pounds of muscle. Could have been 15 or 20, but he put on 15 pounds of muscle from last season to this season. It's showing.
Is that a lot?
You bet. It's enough. It's enough to do something. I mean, he's what, 5'9", my height, 5'10", and if you can put on 15, 20 pounds of muscle at that height, that's a lot.
He's an athlete.
He's an athlete. He's a professional athlete.
So, Dodgers looking to take game 1 here. Seems like they don't usually take game 1 against the Padres, but ended up winning the series most of the time.
Yes.
Usually, always. They're the Padres' daddies.
Yes.
They're the Padres are the Dodgers' little sisters.
Spank you out the door.
There you go. Moving on to the next game, it'll be an old Cardinals matchup here with Lance Lynn going up against Michael Wacha.
Waka.
Wacha's having a nice year for San Diego.
Sure.
He's 11-3 with a 2.99 ERA. Waka.
Waka.
He and Lance Lynn is 10-11. ERA's gone back up over 6 after the last couple of rough starts.
Yeah.
This would be a good game for him to bounce back.
Yeah.
And get back into the groove of things.
Yeah, he's got to shake it off. He's got to, not think about it. Hopefully he can be more sharp. He's just missing too wide with, honestly, every pitch, but he's got to be able to set up the fastball to set up the rest of his arsenal. I mean, when he's got his fastball going, everything else is just getting chased. So he's got to get that fastball set up early in this game.
Early and often.
Yeah.
So Lance Lynn, I love how competitive he is. He's
Yes.
a bulldog out there. Kind of a little scary on the mound. The way he's yelling at himself, yelling at other
Sure.
people. I love it.
Yeah, I do too. Like you're saying, he's a bulldog. He wants to win. He wants to challenge you, and so that's why he's a fastball pitcher. But he's got to be able to. He's got to have his accuracy to be able to play off. Have every other pitch play off that. Matchup statistics for you. I mean, Freeman's batting what? 417, 12 at bats. Hayward not looking good against Walker. He's got 18 at bats, only batting about $160. And then Peralta, 16 at bats, batting $125.
Kike and 16 at bats, hitting 250 with the home run.
Like, yeah, look into Freeman in that game for sure.
On the Padres side, they've seen Lance Lynn a little bit. Bogarts in 20 at bats, hitting just 100. Machado's seen him 15 times. He's hitting 267. Ha-Sung Kim's got a home run against him in 5 at bats. He's seen him pretty well, 3 for 5.
Wow.
Tatis has touched him up for a big fly, and that's what he's going to have to be weary of here
Yeah.
in this one. He's been giving up a lot of home runs this year, career high for him. So got to keep the Padres in the yard.
Especially against every team, but especially against the Padres. They're a big hitting team. And it seems like they do their best when they hit a home run. So if you can keep it in the ballpark, you got a really good chance of winning that game.
Going on to the series finale on Wednesday.
Good game.
It's going to be another good game. It's going to be Blake Smell. Ooh, that smells. Cover your nose a little, Barnesy.
Smell you later.
Smellzilla going up against Ryan Pepio, who he's just been outstanding. Look for him to have another great start here in this one.
He does. I hope he does.
I love that, you have a guy leaving the team and you can just have another big arm come in, step right in for you, and not really miss a beat.
I mean, literally not miss a beat because he's 2-0 with a 0.86 ERA. Small sample size, but every single start has just been locked in. And so, I mean, we have no reason to doubt him. I think he's going to come out pitching strong. He's going to pitch right at him.
It's going to be the Padres' first time really seeing him. Grisham's got in that bat against him. Manny's got in that bat. Manny's the only one with a hit against him, so
that plays really well.
Plays really well for
Pepio.
his stuff.
Yeah.
The Dodgers have seen Snell a little bit.
A lot of it.
A lot of it. Betts has seen him 43 times. He's got a home run, batting 233. Freddie sees him really well in 17 at bats. He's hitting 353.
Which is interesting because, I mean, lefty on left, Snell's really good against lefties. So for him to bat above 300, not just but 350 against him in 17 at bats is really good.
Dodgers have not had success against him very often, but when they do, they're taking pitches. They're not chasing out of the zone. They're making him throw a lot of pitches, and that's what you got to do here against him again.
I mean, against every team, but especially the Giants. For every team, but especially against the Padres, you got to be able to get past the starter and get to the bullpen. That's where you're really going to be able to win that game.
That's right. So the season's starting to wind down. We've got just around 20 games left in the year. Dodgers are 7 games away from clinching the division. I mean, and that could come a lot faster if they win and the D-backs lose. So it's coming down to the final dog days of the summer, as they say.
As they say. Colorado's already been eliminated from playoff contention. Does that mean San Diego as well?
That they're eliminated from the division race.
So you're saying this series, I would say, is San Diego's playoffs. They're trying to show out to beat us to prove the statement. I doubt they're going to do that because whoop my dad ass. Get out of here. I have a really good feeling about this series. It's going to be really fun to watch.
Padres almost out of the wild card race. They're 8 games back of the 3rd wild card spot.
Okay.
11 games away from elimination there. So it's not looking great for San Diego unless they go on some insane run and have some luck along the way. It's pretty much
make me laugh.
Pretty much what we expected from the Madres all year. Yep. We knew that they weren't worth all the hype.
No,
and
not at all.
It's proven to be true.
I think it's funny. So the whole, the season ended. So from November to March, it was nothing but look at the Padres, look at the Mets, look at the Padres, best team in baseball. You can't buy a baseball team. It doesn't work that way. The Dodgers have tried. It didn't work. The Yankees have tried. It worked before, but it doesn't work anymore. It's not the way the game is being played nowadays. You can't just expect to buy a ball club. So, good job Mets, and then sold everybody. Good job Padres. Who are we talking about? Not down. Not down.
So, should be a good series.
It'll be fun.
Dodgers pitching staff needs to clean it up a little bit, and I believe they'll do just that against this Padres lineup. And it's going to be fun to watch. Go right after them.
Don't leave it down the middle, but go right after them. Make them hit. You know, don't give up free passes. You know, don't leave it down the middle, but just got to be competitive. If they can do that, go right after them. They're not going to be able to beat you.
So, guys, if you watched it all the way to the end and you like what you saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. As always, let's go Dodgers.
Adios.
Cool.